Okay, welcome to Clear Vision Wednesday. I am Claudia Mühlenweg, the founder of the Naturally Clear Vision Institute and the creator of the Naturally Clear Vision Method, helping people all over the world to see clearly naturally. So before we do anything, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're new to this. Every week I go live, often with guests or with just myself, like today, and we will talk about all things vision improvement. Today's topic is something that everybody always wants. Give me something I can do that only takes seconds to help me improve my vision. And I would say I don't call things eye exercises. I'm actually not a fan of eye exercises, but that's what everybody is looking for or Googling, right? So basically, vision improvement is a combination of different things. But let's look at just mechanically how the eyes work and what we could do to do these kind of exercises that ideally should turn into habits. Because people with very good vision have what I call naturally clear vision habits, and they don't do exercises at all. It's almost like I'm trying to find a metaphor, the blue zones where people just walk all day long, but they don't really exercise. They just move all day long because it's built into their lifestyle. And nowadays, with our lifestyle being at the computer, we have to make more of an effort to do those things. So the first, again, I don't like the word exercise, but the first practice or call it exercise is the very first thing that I learned when I started with vision improvement in my teenage years. And it's stretching and yawning and blinking. So you're like, what does that have to do with the eyes? So let's all do that. So you want to stretch. And if you look at animals, they always do that. They always stretch and they always yawn when they get up. Because when you yawn, you stretch the masseter, the jaw muscle, which is often super tight. And you notice how your eyes get more lubricated. So stretching, yawning, and then blinking. Blinking is one of those simple things that you can do to keep the tear film intact on the cornea and to make sure your eyes are lubricated and moist, and it prevents staring. So people with poor vision tend to not blink and stare, and it only takes 10 seconds of not blinking to thin out the tear film. So blink, 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 and combining it with yawning. So you can yawn. It's not impolite. It actually tells the body that you can relax, which is prerequisite for good vision, is being relaxed and not in fight or flight mode, deer in the headlight mode. All right, number one, stretching, yawning. Number one. So the other thing that people oftentimes do when they have poor vision is squint. They're like squinting, like crunching up the whole occipital lobe area here, like squishing it. So do the opposite. Raise your eyebrows, lift your eyebrows. And that might actually also help you. Some people have problems opening the eyes. So just like open the eyes, lift the eyebrows, and relax. So you lift up the eyebrows, inhale, and exhale, relax. You can even close the eyes in between and then inhale. So do that a couple of times. It's just like an antidote to that squinting mode. So just raising the eyebrows a few times. Don't worry, you're not going to get crazy wrinkles from doing this a few times a day. The third thing that I teach is called blink and breathe head circles. Blinking again is in there because blinking is so important for naturally clear vision and lubricated eyes. The thing that we also want to do is to help us relax from the breath physiology is like longer exhales. Tell the body that we are safe and that we can relax. So in this exercise, we're combining three different things. We combine blinking. We combine actually four things: closing the eyes, like giving them a little rest. We create movement and stretching in the often very tight neck muscles. That neck is very important for blood supply to the brain and for draining toxins to the lymph. We have about a third of the lymph nodes in the neck. Okay, and then the longer exhale. So let me demonstrate. We're going to do one in each direction. You start by tilting your head down, chin to the chest. And then you inhale, blink, 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 blink. You look up. And then you close your eyes and you do a 1.5 circle with your head as you are exhaling. So exhale, 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 and you land back, chin to chest. You might want to take a recovery breath in between. And then we do the same thing again to the other side. So inhale, blink, 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 blink. Close the eyes and going. I don't even know if I did the other way, but you want to go the other way as you exhale. All right. and then coming back. And you can do more than one round on each side if you like, but this is a great way to create more mobility in the neck, to improve the blinking and give the eyes a break. And also the longer exhale tells your body it's okay to relax, you're safe. So fourth thing is more of a functional practice. So this is addressing the binocular visual field. So with binocular vision, meaning we have two eyes, each eye sees a different thing, which we normally don't realize, because when our eyes work together and we look at something, we just see the one thing. So we don't see two different pictures. Now, if you have double vision, then you have the experience where you do see two different pictures all the time. But let's assume, and also if you have that, this is a great thing to do. So have two fingers in line with your nose. I'm going to turn a little bit to the side. So the exact distance doesn't matter. One is a little closer to your nose. The other finger is a little further away. Okay, so like roughly, again, you can move it around if you don't see what I'm about to describe, but the exact distance really doesn't matter. You can have one finger closer to the nose. Try it out different, but basically in line with the nose. And now it doesn't matter where you start, but let's assume you start at the near finger. So I'm looking at my right index finger that is closer to my nose. As I'm looking at my right index finger, I'm noticing two fingers in the back, right? So I'm looking at this one closer here, and I see that as two fingers, two hands, everything is doubled in the back. Now, when I look at the finger that's further away, I see two fingers where the closer finger is. So they're a little blurry because I'm focusing on the other finger in the back. But I basically see a little gate. So what you want to see is the finger that you do look at, you see one, and the other finger that you do not look at, there will be a doubling. So there's a little gate, almost like, so think of it, two fingers and the other one is seen in the middle. So that is a simple way to practice your binocular vision and to move your eyes. And you can, if you want to, you can do it with a stick or further in the distance even, or even greater. What I like to do, let's say you're outside or you have, a tree, or maybe you're inside and there is a floor lamp, so that you have three objects. You have your finger one, finger two, and then there's a third object a little bit further in the distance. Again, a vertical thing is usually easier to see. So it could be a lamp, it could be a tree outside or a post or anything else. And in that case, let's assume there's a third one. I don't have one right here to show you, but let's assume there's a third one. When I look at my first finger that's closer to my nose, I see two fingers of the further away finger, and I would also see two of the other object, be it the floor lamp or the tree or whatever it is. Now, when I look at the finger, my further away finger, now I would see one here. I see two in front, and then I see two again of that tree, let's say. And when I look at the tree all the way in the back, I see all the fingers doubled. So I see four fingers, even though I'm holding up two. Hope that makes sense. But you can do this, like, it's great to do with more objects than just the fingers. But if you just have your fingers always with you, easy thing to do, and practice this. And if one finger looks more faint, or you only see one finger each, no matter where you look, then that's a sign that one eye is not participating. And so you want to encourage that eye. Sometimes what helps when you do this, squint one eye shut. I'm looking at the finger that's further away right now, and I'm squinting my eyes shut. My right eye is looking, and I see that front finger a little bit to the left. And now I'm switching, and that front finger is a little to the right. So you realize when you look with each eye separately that the object jumps a little bit, so you know that each eye sees a different one. Only the object that we are looking at, that both eyes are pointing at, is the one that you see single. That's how we have depth perception. In real life, we usually don't pay attention to this, but if you use your phone and you look at your phone, you will, without moving away from your phone, you will see that everything else in your environment will be doubled if two eyes are both looking. Okay, and then the last one, very important technique, is sunlight exposure, which you don't really have to see as an exercise. You can just go out about your day, wear a cap or a hat if it's really bright, no sunglasses, and get natural light into your eyes. If you want to add a little bit more to that, you could do something called strobing, which is a way, don't do that when you have epilepsy or any seizures. It's like a strobe light effect, but it improves the so-called saccadic eye movements, the little jumpy eye movements. So the way you do it, and you can do it with artificial light, but sunlight is just the best light for the eyes and our whole physiology. but I have an artificial light here right now. So it doesn't really matter in terms of the strobing effect, but the quality of the light is obviously better in natural daylight versus an artificial lamp. However, you close your eyes and then you use your hands and you kind of do this fanning. You can also turn your head side to side. This way, each eye gets a little bit more. It's really good to stretch the neck, and you just do this strobing effect. And it really helps to stimulate those saccadic eye movements. It's very relaxing. And then I would close or finish all this with a little bit of rest for the eyes. You close the eyes, and adding on more is doing something called palming, where you cover your closed eyes with your cupped hands. So there's a complete darkness. It's warm. And you can stay here for, I don't know, however long you want, but let's say 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I take a few deep breaths, and I always love to bring up a happy memory or something that makes us feel really good. And when you want to come out of palming, I wouldn't just rip the eyes open, keep the eyes closed for just a moment, because you see how much light comes in through the closed eyelids, and then blink, 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 and 5 gentle squeezes. And now your eyes feel lubricated and relaxed. And you don't have to do all these things together. You can just space them out throughout the day. But little tune-up, little mini stretch breaks for your eyes and your whole nervous system is really the way to go. And eventually making some of those things habits, like blinking automatically is a habit. Getting natural light into your eyes is a habit. The things with the fingers, that is more an exercise. That's not just something that you would do as you go about your day, but it's a really great way to kind of, lifting the eyebrows a few times. You can get used to that when you notice that you're crunching. And yawning is also like, really enjoy the next yawn. So don't feel like, oh my God, I need to suppress this. It's actually really normal and good sign of your body to help you get into a relaxed state. So let me know if there is any questions. Let me see, where's the live chat? Okay, I just hear thank you. You're so welcome. Yeah, we don't have to spend a lot of time with these things. The only thing where you really can't do anything else is palming. When you do that, you can meditate, but you can't really multitask. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. 5 things you can do that only take seconds to get your eyes into a relaxed state, to help them see better, more clearly, and to keep them in really good shape. All right, thank you. And I'll see you next week. Next week on YouTube, we're going to talk about emotions and vision, and how emotions can contribute to your vision problems, and what specific emotions can be related to what specific vision problems, and obviously, what you can do to reverse that or clear those emotions that caused your visual blur. So thank you, and make sure to subscribe. I know I always forget to say that, but subscribe to this channel. We go live every week. We post valuable content, and we have great guest speakers coming in the next few weeks, as always.